Our next group has been working tirelessly to restore our native bush to its former glory. Representing Far North District, please welcome Bay Bush Action Trust.
Kia ora koutou. I'm in awe of Bay Bush Action. These guys are 100% volunteers. None of their money goes into administration. Everything goes into trapping. Now, I have the personal privilege of living in the forest where these guys work, which means that I see kukupa, or kiriru, and tui every day come into my bird bath and drink. And it also means that I get to view an array of decaying possums up my driveway most days, which was quite the talking point at my daughter's 5th birthday. I think it scared a few of them. Anyway, it's my great privilege to just love you guys. Go for it.
Kia ora, my name is Craig, and this is our story. This is the Opal Forest. It's 4,000 hectares of beautiful forest, and it's a dock conservation estate, and it's surrounded by private land as well. 6 years ago, we realised the forest was dying. Possums had eaten the trees. They looked like skeletons. Rats had replaced our birds. But it was no time to panic. It was time for action. We need a superhero like this guy. Actually, we needed a whole lot of superheroes. All from the community, all volunteering. They took traps into the bush and they cut 30 kilometres of trap lines by hand. And we did it. We took over 2,000 traps, and we put them into this rugged state forest. 30 kilometres of trap lines. And now every month, we've got to clear and set those trap lines. And our volunteers get out there, and they do that, and they record their catch. This created a huge administration issue that I ended up having to deal with. So we set about and we sat around a table and we invented a computer program that would help us manage all of this. Our volunteers, when they get a catch, they enter their traps, enter the trap that catches the rat or the possum, and this saves us huge amounts of time. But not only do we do it for our organisation, we built this program so that any pest control organisation could use it, and we give it to them for free. So to make sure that our organisation is sustainable, we went around and we got a whole lot of beekeepers to donate us honey, and we sell that honey for a profit and we spend that money on traps. We have a whole lot of businesses in the community helping us, giving us really cheap wood and supporting Bay Bush Action all the way. I want to make a note here. Department of Corrections and Nafa Prison has been awesome. So the boys up there in Nafa, the inmates, they are part of our volunteer group as well. We take them wood from ITM and they make our traps for us in some situations. They've made kiwi boxes, and last year they made a beautiful, beautiful carving of an eel that we're going to be presenting to the Paihia district or the town and putting in part of our bird corridor this year. So, the results. Have we made a difference? We've trapped 5,644 rats, 2,096 possums. We've trapped 101 stoats and 81 cats. Our heroes of the community, our volunteers, they've done all this work. So we've taken a skeleton and we've make it grow again. This tree was nearly dead. Show you again. and we brought it back to life. You know, all of that has been done by volunteers, and it's hugely special to us as Bay Bush Action trustees that we have the support of the community. The difference to our region comes in various ways. A lot of people in Paihead tell us that their backyard, they now have their fruit on their fruit trees. Possums are no longer eating it. You know, they see the bird life like Tanya does in her backyard, and they feel a real sense of well-being. And not only that, we've got a Facebook page of 2,500 followers, and what we've managed to achieve is just amazing. We get a few emails every year, 4 or 5 every year, of new groups being inspired by what Bay Bush Action volunteers have done, and they're setting up their own pest control group. So it's awesome. I'm going to hand you over to Stel.
Kia ora, everybody. My name's Stella, and I'm part of Bay Bush Action, and it's my honour to be part of that group. I just want to talk to you about the community trap line. What you can see up there on the map is little dots, and each little dot represents a trap or traps in our community. We have managed to sew together our community from Haruru Falls to Waitangi, to Paihe, to Te Haumi, to Opua. Those are the different communities that there are in our little area. And we've sewed them together by installing, giving away free traps to each home that are interested in helping us to save our forest and to be unified as a community. This is Noel, he's one of our trappers, and this is my Uncle Mete, who's also one of our oldest trappers. He's in his 80s. Now, they're not the only trappers that we have. We have over 190 trappers in our community that log their results on our new webpage. How do we celebrate their great work? Because without them, me and Craig and Brad, we're only one little piece of a puzzle. We bring them all together and we have a possum pie party. And in actual fact, those little puffy things up the top there, they're filled with little tiny morsels of possum and gravy and mixed veggies. And on this particular night, it was the Bledisloe Carp. So we were on Bledisloe land watching the Bledisloe Carp eating possum, which is a protective species for Australia, and we actually won that night. So I think that's an achievement in itself. I just want to introduce you quickly to our CEO. This is Milo. We also have a predator dog that travels all around New Zealand, and she goes to different islands and she finds feral cats, and she helps her owner, Brad Windus, who you would have saw before. Sometimes she's so busy that she can't do the work, so it's up to us to do the rest. What next? What did we want to do? Well, after all the hard work our volunteers, our community had put into it, we wanted to introduce new species. We're currently involved in the application form to reintroduce northern brown kiwi into our forest, into our 450 hectare core area that we've been trapping over the last 6 years. Why? Because we want to be able to leave something so special like the endemic species to our country for our children to be able to be a part of, and to know. How many people do you know have held a kiwi in here before they pass away? We also have a group of, we wanted to hand our knowledge down to the next generation, because one day we're not going to be here. We're going to be gone. So we created Ngahere Tour. They can't be here with us tonight, but we have a video. We'd like to play that. Can you please do that? Thank you very much.
How's it going?
Hi,
I'm Moa.
I'm Tuturifatu.
I'm Mirimuireo.
I'm Kiri.
I'm Hoya.
I'm Tui.
I'm Kahu.
And what's your name?
Ngahere
So what do you try and do at Bay Bush Warriors?
Kill all the stoats and the rats and possums.
Yeah, possums, because they're eating all the birds, eggs, and the trees.
The stuff's edible, but you won't want to eat it.
You're walking.
Yeah. We put it in the trap line on the trees to attract the possums.
So what kind of trap's that?
Red trap. And this is what a rat looks like. You want to smell it? Oh, there's a rat in here. Yep. Oh, that's a humongous one. Now look, Mangosaurus. I think it's a good thing because, like, since possums are like eating all our trees, once you see like dead tree with dead leaves, you know a possum has been here. We've got a stone. We've got a stone. We've caught a stone. It's ugly.
Why are they bad? Why are they bad for birds?
Because they eat the eggs. We've got a possum! Oh, and it's pretty huge! That stinks the most! Oh, look at its eyes!
Dorera tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. This way.